What's up, guys? It's Stephen Freeborn here, and today I wanted to talk to you about 3 pieces of equipment that I think are really important to have, particularly if you train at home or sort of in a garage style gym, which is where I train and how I train most of the time. Occasionally I go to local commercial gyms, or when we travel, go to commercial gyms, which is always nice for a change of pace, but for the most part I enjoy having my own setup with my own space, my own equipment, and I can do with it what I want. That being said, to really train effectively at home, I think there's 3 pieces of equipment that are really key. The first one kind of sets the tone for everything, and that is you've got to have some sort of external load. And in my personal preference, I think you need to have a kettlebell. The reason why I say a kettlebell instead of a dumbbell is because you can do a lot of things with a kettlebell that you would do with a dumbbell without very much modification or awkwardness. But there are things you can do with a kettlebell that if you try to do with a dumbbell are really awkward, like a kettlebell swing, or trying to do that with a dumbbell is not always the prettiest thing to watch. So some kind of kettlebell. If you're a girl, I always say start with like a 25 or 30 pound, and you can always add that over time, but just one's usually a good starting point. And if you're a guy, I always recommend something between 40 and 50 pounds. That gives you a way to progress both through sets and reps, but then you can add different kettlebells to your collection over time. Plus they take up very little space. You can do a lot with them. Like I said, they're just kind of a good all-around universal external load. Second thing I think you need to have is you definitely need to have some kind of band. So I'm not too picky on what kind of band or what strength of band. I would go with something, not the lightest band you can find, but not the heaviest band you can find. Something in the middle, because then you have more applicable uses for it. But basically the band is a way to mimic or replicate what you would do with cables in a commercial gym setting. It's not the perfect replication, but it still allows you to set up very similar exercises and just allows you a lot more versatility if you're training at home than if you didn't have a band. And then personally, I think the last thing you need is some set of rings or a TRX trainer. So I use gymnastics rings, but a TRX trainer is fine too, but something you can use suspension for. And the reason I'm a big fan of that is because not only can you use it for a lot of different body weight exercises, you can use it for a lot of different core stability exercises that typically in the past people would have done with like a stability ball or a crunch ball. But you can do a lot of the same things with the TRX just as effectively. And then not to mention you can do a lot of cool like open and closed chain exercises that you can't really do unless you have some sort of assisted cable fancy rigmarole machine, which is just going to take up too much space and be too costly for most people's home gym. So just to recap, three pieces of equipment that I think are really important to have in your home gym: a kettlebell, some kind of band, and some kind of suspension trainer or gymnastics rings. They're kind of you can use them for pretty much the same things. TRXs seem to be super expensive. Gymnastics rings seem to be a little bit more affordable. You can hang them up just about anywhere. They're very easy to set up, very easy to break down apart. So if it was me personally, I would go with the gymnastics rings over the TRX, but it's really up to you. So yeah, get those 3 things and you'll be set as far as your home gym goes. You'll find that you can do almost everything you could have done in a commercial gym with those 3 tools. Granted, you'll have to be a little bit more creative with how you progress and regress exercises and how you set things up to make progress on your goals. But again, that's where like hiring someone like me or a coach or someone who can really help you to implement those tools in your training program really becomes beneficial. Of course, if you guys ever need any help, maybe you're starting to train at home and you have questions, well, how do I use the kettlebell, or how do I use the TRX, or what do I do with this band? Please just reach out. Send me an email directly, steven@freeborntrainingsystems.com, or find me on any of the socials, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. I'm always happy to help whoever I can help. There's nothing in this for me except helping people. Some people like to pay me to do it one-on-one with them and really customize and lay things out just for them, but that doesn't have to be the case. If you have questions, you want help, I'm always here. Hope this helps. Hope it either helps you build your home gym or make your home gym more effective. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.